Bruv,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to
what's
the
going on? What's
first
going on?
episode, day one of Day One Podcast.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
co-host. I'm your co-host Anthony. Twitter handle in the little bubble right there. I got my co-host Kyle. Say what's up.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I don't have any of my links in the description, bruv. I don't want people sleeping on me, coming looking for me. You know what I'm saying? Snooping around. I'm cool. I'm cool. We give it some time for that.
I got a brand, so I really don't care.
Yeah, you got a brain. You got a brain. You're all fancy with it.
So before we get into our week 4 and NFL round news kind of centric podcast, we'll introduce ourselves. We've been friends since the 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Big football fans. I'm an Eagles fan. My boy Kyle, unfortunately, is a Jets fan. Take that for what it
Hey.
is. Take it for what it is, bro. Take it for what it is.
Disrespect, all right? Well, disrespect.
I'm
We're coming out of this week 2-2, baby.
Oh.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What you doing back there? Hurt season. Hurt season.
Come on, bro. You don't have to do me like that. Come on, bro. You know what it is. The only team in the NFL that is undefeated, never lost, in the words of the great LeVar Ball. Never lost.
Until they run into a former coach this week.
That's cap. We'll get into that, though. We'll get into that. Wow. Kyle got no socials. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, man.
It's cool.
Drop your socials. Here,
I'll drop my socials. Yeah, go ahead.
You drop your Twitter handle so we can get some
Where do you
follows.
want me to do it? In chat?
Say it, drop it, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me throw some shit in here. Bro, I can't type in the comments.
That's tough.
It's cool. Next time around, okay?
Yeah, just make sure you got that. Make sure you got it in your bubble, man, so people can follow you. I appreciate you coming out.
Day one. It's day one.
Yeah, appreciate you coming to watch. The premiere of the Day One podcast. Day one is day one. Glad you could stick around for this. Anything you got to add before we get into this?
No, I want to jump in right into it, bro. I want to talk about this bullshit with fucking Tua.
Yeah. Tua's injured, man.
I don't know how you feel about it. I don't think he should have remained in the game on Sunday, and I don't think he should have fucking played on Thursday.
I don't think so either. I mean, in case you've been living under a rock, last week against the Buffalo Bills, Tua drops back for a pass, incomplete. Gets pushed by one of the Bills pass rushers, linebackers, whatever. Hits his head as it looked on the turf. Gets up, really, weeble wobbly, and stumbled to the ground, fell. He looked out of it, and everybody thought right there it was a concussion. Pretty bad concussion. He went into the concussion protocol. They cleared him. He came back in the game, and they won. Good for them, but raised a lot of eyebrows and some questions during the week with the NFL and the Dolphins. And I mean, they obviously have a history of, malpractice and, some stuff.
A lot of shit down there in Miami.
A lot of shit down there. Down in Miami.
Yeah, like my whole thing is, you can't tell me the way he was shaking his head when he got up on Sunday, the Bills game. You can't tell me he wasn't concussed. Personally, I mean, yeah, his back's probably bothering him. Whoop-de-doo, was a hard hit. I don't think you react like that when your back's hurting. When your back's hurting, you don't get up.
And then we saw that Thursday night. Tua drops back. Pressure gets there. They bring him down brutally, and the hands.
Yeah,
it was a rough sight, and yeah.
Watching that shit live, bro, was one of the weirdest things I've seen. I mean, because like, it wasn't as brutal as the Dak injury, the Alex Smith injury a couple of years ago, but like you could hear even on the broadcast just the stadium silence instantly. And like my whole thing is he shouldn't have even been the game. The Dolphins after Sunday got the tiebreaker with the Bills. They're already up
Yeah.
standings on them. You know what I mean? And it was a short week too. Like I don't feel, and it's not like they were going against a juggernaut. Cincinnati was what 1-2 at the time. There's no reason why he should have had to play the game. And they have a good backup quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Like there's no fucking reason for Tua to have been in that game.
Yeah, I mean, you saw on Thursday night, Teddy Bridgewater was keeping him in the game for the longest there.
Yeah.
Teddy was balling, and he's got a history to ball. I mean, he had a good pass in Minnesota. Stepped in good for Drew Brees in 2019.
Let him into the playoffs in
New Orleans.
Minnesota.
Yeah, in the playoffs in Minnesota.
But still,
and pretty decent season in Denver last year. I mean, when the Birds came to town, we blew the doors off of him. He made a business decision with Darius Slay, but that's for another day.
Yeah, that's for another day.
He did look good. Yeah, I mean,
I think he ended up with like 225 passing yards, a tutty. Tyreek Hill had like 100 receiving yards once he came in the game.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't tell me if Teddy was prepping from Monday with the team, taking the starter reps, which he probably was with how Tua was feeling, but still, knowing that he was starting that game, you can't tell me that they couldn't have won that game if he started from the first snap.
Yeah, he definitely had a chance to win it. But I will say, Cincinnati played good. They played good, and T. Higgins, he had himself a game.
Monster.
Jamar Chase came up when he needed to. Joey B. Them boys, Cincinnati, 2-2, 2-game win streak.
Lost some money on a super boost though.
That is true. Oh my god, that absolutely pissed me off, bro. Listen, you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, pretty much like lighting up the league in the first 3 weeks, and Jamar Chase, who's a dog. In the words of Pat McAfee, a dog. That's almost easy money for those 3 guys to each get 40 yards receiving. Tyreek Hill did it. He had like $150. Jamar Chase did it. He was close to 100. I think he was at like 82 or something like that.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, Jalen Waddle, 39 yards, bro. 39.
And if anybody,
I was like, I've never been more sure of a lock in my entire life. I mean, granted, we just started sports betting.
And if anyone's not really familiar with what exactly it was, on FanDuel, there is every once in a while they'll do a super boost for a game, which basically means they'll double, maybe even triple the odds of a certain bet so people could potentially make more money. And the bet was Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle all get 40 yards receiving, and Jalen Waddle ended up with 39.
1 yard. We needed 1 yard.
And you doubled down on the bet. You said
I did not double down.
You did not.
I was going to, but I didn't.
Okay.
I was close, but I didn't. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, I told you, hey, maybe let's not double dip, because you never know.
I'm a double dipper though, bro.
Yeah, double dip, bro. Get your nasty ass chips out of my dip, bro.
My nuggets.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to this Tua thing. And I mean, it raised a lot of concern. The outcry on social media, like when it happened. They're calling for the NFL and the Dolphins' head. What do you think? Do you think?
I'm not going to sit here and make accusations about something that I don't really know about. But I personally, based off what we've seen with Mike McDaniel and his relationship with Tua, you can't tell me he was pushing him to play. I don't think that's what the case was. I think at worst, Tua figured out a wormhole in the concussion protocol after the game Sunday. So he was cleared, and what is he going to do? Not play? You know what I mean? If he's clear, he's clear.
I will say this, though. I will say this: the Miami Dolphins have a history of doing some shady shit. I will say that. I mean,
Yeah.
the tampering, Tom Brady, Sean Payton, the scandal with intentionally like tanking games,
Mhm.
and then the whole thing with Brian Flores. I mean, the tinfoil hat's going on.
Yeah, I don't know because all this happened before Daniel got there, and I don't think he lets that get by him. First year coach, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like he's going to jeopardize his career by doing something like that. I mean, maybe higher ups or a
I was literally
doctor
about to
is on
say
the
it could be a higher up thing. They're just
doctor's
like
on the payroll. I don't
Tua
know.
needs to play. You have no
I
say,
don't.
kind of
But
thing.
that's the thing, though. You can't argue that he had to play because he didn't have to play. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the schedules, the Dolphins have no harder of a schedule than the Bills do.
Yeah.
I just don't think Tua needed to play, and there was absolutely no reason to, unless he had something to do with it. Unless Tua pushed himself to play. That's the only thing I could think of. That
That could be
makes
the case.
perfect sense.
I also think it could be either one, honestly. It's weird. I mean, because you got this team that has a history of doing shady stuff, and quarterback wants to play. You never know. Elega says they got a dunce cap.
Yeah, they got a dunce cap, bro. Sit in the corner. Sit in the corner.
Yeah.
I
mean, we'll see. I mean, he's fine. He's not paralyzed. He traveled home with the team, so we'll see in the next like couple weeks
how
here
the
if
hell
he's
did he
gonna
get out of the
play
freaking
this
hospital so
Sunday.
fast?
Huh?
That's the other crazy thing is how the hell did he get out of the hospital so fast? He was back at the stadium before the team left.
Really?
Yep, I saw that.
Damn.
Someone posted it on Twitter, but I forget who it was. But he was back at the freaking facility before the team ended up leaving. Like
Damn.
how?
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm telling you, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to talk your shit about the Eagles right now?
Bro,
The
I'm
floor's yours.
about to go off, bro.
And I'll bring
let's
down
segue to Eagles Week 4 preview. Yeah, I'm gonna carry this, John. I'm gonna carry this, John. You see,
I'll knock
you
you
see
down
the hat.
a peg at the end.
You see the hat. All I gotta say is, you see the hat.
Yeah.
You see the hat.
I want to hear your thoughts so far, your thoughts going forward, your expectations going forward. Especially about this game coming up, which might be a trap game for the Eagles.
I've been saying it could be a trap game. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars have surprised a lot of people. I mean, they blew the doors off of the Chargers, who a lot of analysts in the offseason were saying AFC Super Bowl contender. Yeah. I'm getting winded, bro. I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't think the Eagles fans boo Doug Peterson.
They better not.
I don't think they boo Doug. They're gonna boo the shit out of Carson though, and I'm gonna be there to boo him. I'm gonna be there to boo him, bro. You better believe it. But no, I think honestly, the first 3 weeks are kind of gone like how Eagles fans, diehard Eagles fans, and the ones that have been riding. Shout out to my guy Lord Brunson. He hooked me up with the hurt season hat. The people like us, we're diehards of the team. We kind of expected, with the roster being constructed this way, we expected this team to look this way in the first 3 weeks. I mean, you're always going to have a little bit of rust in week 1, and they kind of, took their foot off the gas and let Detroit come back in it. Detroit's been a good, improved team, and they came off the gassed Hard Knocks juice week 1. They wanted to show everybody, we ain't the Lions of old, this the Lions of new. They almost got one out on us. I ain't gonna lie.
MCDC ain't playing games with y'all.
MCDC almost got one, but he didn't. And then week 2, we went to to scorecard and the win gap. We watched the Birds, drop body bags and bombs on the Vikings, just like in the NFC Championship game.
We could have left at halftime.
It was shades of this thing. You know what I'm saying? This thing right here, you see it. You see it. It's shades of that. But Jalen Hurts and the critics, with his development and saying that he's not a pocket passer, he's killed all of it, bro. He's killed all of it.
I agree.
He's absolutely killed all of it. I don't see, and this is the crazy thing. We've watched a lot of football so far. I've seen a lot of teams situationally, like quarterbacks, coaches, whatever. Situationally, like when it comes to 2-minute, let's just say like coming into the half, they have the ball and maybe they get a chance to get the ball and to start the second half. And they got like 2 or 3 timeouts and less than 2 minutes to go. They let that clock go. They don't use a single timeout. They're like brain dead, bro. I don't get it.
Nobody knows what to do when there's 2 minutes on the clock. Nobody has a damn clue what's going on the sideline. Everybody's sleeping.
We're watching the Cowboys-Giants game Monday night, and the Giants got the ball at halftime, and they got all 3 timeouts. They're just letting that John go. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Bro, it's the Giants. It's the Giants, bro. But I've seen Jalen Hurts make a lot of big brain plays.
Yes.
Where, like, our old quarterback, Carson Wentz, he when he sees the play is about to die, he's like, this shit ain't going to die. And, he takes a sack or throws a pick or something. I've seen Jalen Hurts. He's about to get sacked on like a failed run or a scramble or whatever. He just chucks the ball out of bounds going down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Or against Washington, they blew up the design QB keeper or on the RPO or whatever. Just slid down, took the L on the next play. And
I'll tell you what, Jalen Hurts knows when to get hit and when not to get hit.
Yeah.
He is a smart runner at quarterback.
I was going to say, he is such a smart football player. It is insane. And I will say, I used to be one of the biggest Carson Wentz fans. I was a Carson Wentz dick eater. Like, no cap. I really was. So that whole situation happened. I'm like, man, fuck Jalen Hurts. Like, like, why are we doing this? I was so wrong. But that's fine because they made the right decision.
Agreed.
They made the right decision. They really did. And Howie Roseman, absolute magician. Yes. And it's crazy because we're calling for his head like just over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So look where we're at now. Oh my God. It's crazy. And they got the draft picks too. They got New Orleans first round pick. New Orleans is ass. They're ass cheeks.
Yeah, about to be one and 3.
First round pick right now is projected to be 7th overall. If the Eagles go to the NFC Championship game, even the Super Bowl, what if they win the bowl? Super Bowl winning team with the 7th overall pick. Nah, come on, bro. We're gonna get into it, but come on. Just think about it though. You got a team that good with like inside the top 10 of the draft. It's crazy. But as far as I'm getting on a tangent though, but as far as this game though, it is a trap game. I will say that. I do like how like grounded the players are. Just listening to like Nick Sirianni, Jason Kelce, Jalen Hurts, all of like the team leaders speak. They're worried about the present. Mm-hmm. They're not worried about everybody talking about how good they've been so far and their expectations. They don't care. And that's what I like.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm biased. I think the Eagles got a shot to win every football game on the schedule. It's not going to happen. I know that, but I do like them. I like them to come through on Sunday. I mean, the one thing, they do have Avonte Maddox out with an ankle injury, their slot corner, which is a loss. He's been balling this year. He got that pick against Kirk Cousins Monday night, the one where he extendo in the red zone.
I don't think you're too stressed with Avonte Maddox being out.
No, because they're going to drop C.J. Gardner-Johnson down to the slot.
That and you look at the Jags receivers. I mean, some of them are having a good season. Zay Jones, is doing his whole first 5 weeks. I'm going to be the second coming of Jesus Christ thing, and then he's going to fall off the face of the planet. He's
Gonna fall
having a
off the face of
season.
the planet,
Marvin
don't you?
Jones is cool. I just don't think they match up with the Eagles secondary. The whole defense. But yeah, my thing with the Eagles right now
Let me
is
hear your thoughts.
you have to be careful. They're not my title favorite in the NFC right now.
They're not your pick in
Because
the NFC.
my pick right now, my pick is
Don't you dare say who I think you're gonna say.
mine's the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yes, I think because when you look at how the Bucks have played, they've been in every game, and they've been beat up as all hell. If they get their receivers healthy, their defense is unstoppable right now, or I should say unbeatable, and they're primed for a Super Bowl run. They've got too many weapons. Their defense is too damn good, and I don't know if I'm betting against Tom Brady in any matchup going forward. And I like the Bucks, and I also like the Niners over the Eagles right now.
Are you serious
Here's
right now,
why.
bro? Come on,
Here's
stop.
why. Listen
Stop.
to me.
Are you
Listen
serious
to me.
right now?
Listen to me. I've
Are you
seen
kidding?
the Bucks for
The
two.
49ers?
I've seen the Bucks and the Niners for 2-3 years now be consistent.
We're not talking about
contenders.
2 to 3 years now. We're talking about.
I understand that, but the rosters aren't very different. They're still the same teams, in my opinion.
Oh.
Same quarterback, same coach. I mean, Todd Bowles is different from Bruce Arians, but he was on the coaching staff. I still think right now I have to see more from the Eagles. That's my thing. I need to see more. I need to see him do it more consistently. Jalen Hurts is playing amazing football. That could come down.
I will say you got a point there.
He's at a very high level right now, and we don't know if he will consistently do that. I'm not saying he can't. I don't know if he will consistently. We've seen quarterbacks play like him and struggle later in the year. We've seen Lamar Jackson do it, and Lamar Jackson right now is a better quarterback.
I see where you're coming from. I see. I will say this though: when you look at the Eagles' offense, you can't just take one thing away and stop the Eagles. They have so many weapons in the just in the offense in general, like passing game. AJ Brown he was the best pickup of the offseason. The way that he just absolutely flipped the offense on its feet,
yes,
is insane. And you got honestly, the whole entire offense is filled with Batmans.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the receivers, skinny Batman, swole Batman, fast Batman,
sexy
Dallas
Batman
Goedert's
up the
Batman, one of the best tight ends in the league. Miles Sanders has Batman abilities. Jalen Hurts is the most Batman of them all. I honestly think that I think they're too talented to not find success.
I agree. Just my only thing is, you could say the same thing about the Niners offense. You could say the same thing about the Bucs offense. The Bucs have a shit ton of weapons. If you want to take Mike Evans out of the game, cool. You got Julio Jones, who's been a top 3 receiver in his prime. You've got Chris Godwin on the other side, who just had a 1,400-yard receiving year. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago?
He is coming off injury, though.
Agreed. And then you got the Niners. I mean, you could take Debo out. Cool. You got the second best tight end in football.
And Brandon Ayuk.
I could play running back for the Niners and get 75 rushing yards on 5.
I don't know about that, bro. I'll be the running back.
Listen, don't disrespect. I got a stiffy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
The stiff. Hey yo's in the chat for the stiffy.
Yeah, I got a little something over here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say.
No,
but I mean,
I got the freaky open field.
I'm a little bowling ball out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's my whole thing.
Here's my thing with the Eagles. I'm going to say this.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
going to say this. This is my thing with the Eagles. The roster is, bar none, probably one of the best in the league, next to the Buffalo Bills. The Eagles' weakest link is coaching. Specifically, Jonathan Gannon and the defense. Now, we've seen we've seen over the last 2 weeks that Jonathan Gannon has been getting active and getting exotic with his blitzes and pass rush and the scheme that he runs, getting very aggressive, more pressed man, less of the 8 yards off, letting them have whatever they want. And I like it because all last year, that's all he did. That's it. When we played that stretch of games against Patrick Mahomes, Herbert, Derek Carr, Tom Brady the first time, we were just giving them like the easy stuff, and they just carve us up for touchdowns. And passer rate and stats, it was a nightmare. So that's my thing, especially with the defense, because that's really where the Eagles went ham this offseason. And the defense is top 5.
I don't worry about the defensive talent. I worry about
the coaching.
That's what I worry about as well.
But I will say in the last 2 weeks at Jonathan Gannon, I feel like he's found something, and the defense is kind of taking on their identity as this aggressive defense that can kind of get it done any way you want. Like they run 4-man fronts, 5-man fronts. We haven't seen a lot of 3-4, I'm gonna be honest. But I mean, when you got the 4 and 5-man fronts working,
3-4, I don't know if you have any backers that really rush the passer. I don't know if you're too worried about that.
See, a lot of people in the offseason were really projecting the Eagles to transition to a 3-4 with Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean being picked, but they honestly have been playing more 5-man than anything. Especially when when you're in like third downs and you need it, they send 5 and have a Mike or a Sam come, or on a corner blitz. That's where they've been getting it done. And you saw it on week 2 against Kirk Cousins, man. I don't think they've had any better timing in sending blitzes. I've never seen Jonathan Gannon throw blitzes the way that he did that night. And I was damn impressed. So if he can keep doing that and giving other teams fits, and Shane Steichen calling the game plans, he has been carving up masterful game plans. If he can keep going with that, and when defenses figure it out, being able to adjust, honestly, I think the sky's the limit for this team.
I agree.
Unbiased.
I'm taking out. Yeah, sure.
I'm taking out unbiased, bro. I get it. I'm wearing the brand, but I'm being completely unbiased when I say that.
I'm taking out the week 1 struggles because it's week 1. Nobody knows who they are in week 1. Last 2 weeks, you're giving up 7.5 points a game. Number 1 in the NFL.
Yep.
7. What was it? 7 against the Vikings, 8 against the Commanders. It was damn near almost 2 points against the Commanders.
It speaks for itself, bro.
Yeah, and that 2 points wasn't even your defense's fault.
Yeah. Like I said, it speaks for itself.
We'll get more into the
as far as this game, I do think it's going to be a lot closer than people expect. The Jaguars have been rolling as of late. Trevor Lawrence has been finding his groove with Christian Kirk. Doug Peterson, he's a hell of a coach, Super Bowl winning coach.
He's going to put together something.
Yeah, he's going to put together a good game plan.
He's going to the deep pages of the playbook for this one.
Yeah, I like the Eagles to win and continue their undefeated streak so far. But
speaking of that, do you want to get into our spread picks of the week for every game?
Yes, that's literally what I was just about to segue into. So here we're going to segue into our week 4 pick'ems. Now we got every matchup this week. We're going to read off the spreads, and we're going to kind of look at and see what we like with each matchup. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that.
We don't quite know what the plan is for the podcast. We're hoping 1 a week. I think I want 2 a week, so we can cover football one day, basketball another.
That is true.
But every week we are going to be.
For now, we'll definitely do NFL stuff.
Yes. I'm going to keep track of all of our picks, and by the end of the year, we'll come up with something. We'll see. Maybe somebody's got to buy somebody dinner if they win. And
oh, come on, bro! You buying me dinner? You're buying me dinner. What are you talking about right now?
We ain't getting into that right now. We'll get to that game.
I say, what are you talking about right now?
We'll get to that game. It's on here. Okay.
I'm just trying to see what this looks like. thumbs up in chat if you guys can see the pick'ems for week 4.
Yeah, y'all see the schedule on the screen? We don't know what we're doing. We're throwing it together, you know what I'm saying? It's so cool though. I don't have my socials. We can't figure out what it looks like on the stream. See, we're all screwed up. It's all right though. I ain't too worried about it.
I think it's all right. What do you think?
Yep.
Decent.
I know.
All
You
right.
check, I'm just reading off
So
the
let's
paper.
start here. Let's start with our first matchup here. The London game, Minnesota versus the Saints. Minnesota's 3.5-point favorites. I will say, Andy Dalton starting for the Saints. Michael Thomas is out. Looks great. All right. Thanks.
I think. Word.
What do you think?
I think this is probably one of the easiest picks of the week. I think it's Minnesota minus 3.5. We don't know what New Orleans is going to look like. Remember, no Michael Thomas. Alvin Kamara still banged up. Andy Dalton ain't like that, bro. Everybody.
The Ginger Jesus, bro. Come on.
The Ginger, yeah. Everybody's going crazy.
Bro.
Nah, they're going to get smoked.
Come on.
Minnesota's going to get the win. Justin Jefferson is going to have a bounce back week. I expect at least 75 yards, maybe a tud.
Marshawn Lattimore, though? He's going to cook Marshawn Lattimore?
They'll figure it out. They're going to – I think they'll be able to work off the play action really well. Their run defense hasn't been
look at the run game
super
going.
solid.
I got Vikings minus 3.5 as well.
Yeah, Vikings minus 3.5.
Although I do like the wild card of Andy Dalton because he has had his moments in this league. I will say that.
He has, but those moments
I can totally see. But at the same time, they are riddled with injuries. They're 1-2. They've been struggling to put together wins, and I'm a biased Eagles fan. I got their first round pick. I want them to suck as much as possible. I got Vikings 3.5. I think Dalvin Cook put some numbers on them, and then they're
we both like Minnesota. The second game, I believe it's a 1:00 game. We've got Tennessee on the road
at the Colts. Tennessee 3.5-point underdog.
What do you think, brother? This one I'm still a little iffy about.
Yeah. I mean, Indianapolis just had that insane win against the Chiefs. Nobody saw that coming. Tennessee, I think, what are they? They're not winless. They've won one game.
1-2.
Obviously, they've taken a step back from the loss of A.J. Brown. Everybody likes to downplay that trade. Just taking a look here.
I think I like Indianapolis at minus 3.5. I think they're too good of a football team to go 1-3 to start the year.
I think so too.
I think Shaq Leonard's playing, so that'll be big.
Yeah, he's questionable, but
he's questionable. I think he'll play. He's been questionable for 2 weeks now. I think he's ready to go. And I just have absolutely no faith in the Tennessee passing game.
No. The Tennessee Titans offense is very one-dimensional. I mean, if you stop Derrick Henry, you pretty much won the game.
Yeah, and I don't think Shaq Leonard's going to let Derrick Henry get a $120 on 5 yards carry. I just don't see it happening. I'll take Indiana minus 3.5.
Yeah. All right, next one. Bears on the road.
What's your pick there, bud?
I didn't pick. My bad. Colts 3.5. Sorry. I thought I did pick. My fault.
You're tripping. It's cool though.
Bears on the road against the Giants. Giants are 3-point favorites at home. 2-1 teams. Nobody really expected to be 2-1. Yeah. What do you think? What you got?
I like the Giants at minus 3. It's basically like two toddlers slapping each other with pillows this game. But I'll take Danny Dimes and the boys. How about it? All right. Saquon Barkley is going to destroy them. I don't think David Montgomery's back for this game. He might still be out. If not, he'll probably be limited carries because Khalil Herbert's having a good year. Yeah, I'll take Giants at minus 3.
I like Bears plus 3.
Okay.
I just I feel like this is where for the Giants fans, like, they're having a good season. I just feel like this is where the wheels start falling off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but are Chicago a
I
3-1
I can
team?
honestly see, and then a lot of people have been saying Justin Fields has been having a shit passing year, and he has. Um, I can honestly see him and the Chicago Bears offense eating against this Giants defense.
I
So
can
I
see
like
that.
them for the upset on the road. Next one
Okay.
here. This is a good one right here. Buffalo
Yeah.
Bills on the road against the Ravens. Bills 3-point dogs. Now this is a get back game for them. What you think?
I'm taking the Bills at -3. I love Lamar. I love Baltimore. I think if you would have asked me yesterday, I think I would have taken Baltimore. But thinking about how Baltimore's secondary has been playing, I mean, they've been blown apart twice now. Buffalo's too damn good. I mean, Micah Hyde's a loss, but Baltimore doesn't really have anything over the top receiver wise. Yeah, give me Buffalo at -3.
I like Buffalo -3 as well.
Okay.
I think they get back here. And like you said, Baltimore's secondary is booty cheeks.
Too good to lose
All I can think of when I hear Baltimore secondary is first round pick Kyle Hamilton getting burned by an undrafted free agent in in live practice.
Yeah.
Chargers at Texans. Chargers are 5.5-point favorites. What you think?
I'm taking Houston +5.5.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
It's literally only because they're at home. I mean, if this was a Chargers -2.5 line at home, I'd probably take the Chargers. But 5.5 is a lot of points for an unproven Chargers team, and Houston's frisky as all hell. Give me Houston, bro. Give me Houston
at home too.
Yep.
I like the Chargers -5.5.
Okay.
I mean, Houston is at home. Dougie Davis Mills and Lovie Smith. They got a rowdy bunch there, but I just think the Chargers are the better team overall. I mean, yeah,
I agree.
that's all we really got to say, to be honest. Next one, Seattle Seahawks on the road against the Detroit Lions. Lions are 3.5-point favorites. What you got?
Give me -3.5 Detroit. Detroit's probably the greatest 1 and 2 team of all time.
Bro, you be gassing the Lions crazy.
Love what Detroit's doing.
AF on the Lions.
Love what Detroit's doing, bro. I love what they're doing. Jared Goff.
MCDC's that dog.
MCDC cleaning it up. I like what they're doing over there in Detroit. And Seattle, bro, Geno Smith isn't having 2 games in a row that he plays well. I'm sorry. I know personally about Geno.
I got Detroit -3.5. I personally have Detroit -3.5. Plus, they've been covering machines so far this year.
Yeah, this is the first time. I don't know how many years, but it's been a while since they've been favorites 2 games in a row. I think it's been since Calvin Johnson.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Next one here. Jets on the road against the Steelers. Jets are
Give me the Jets +3.5. Give me the Jets +3.5. They are winning this fucking football game. Okay? Throwing bombs, banging moms out there.
Talk your shit. Why are they winning this football game, bro?
They're going to win this football game because Breece Hall is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Zach Wilson, okay, coming off a little bit of an injury, but I'm not too worried about it. You know what I mean? No expectations going in. I like the Giants, the Jets to sneak one away in Pittsburgh, okay?
Bruh.
We have Najee Harris has been sucking ass this year. No TJ Watt. Minka's hurt. Okay. This is the week Garrett Wilson solidifies himself as the offensive rookie of the year. All right, thank you very much. I'll take them and the fucking money line. They're covering, and I'm taking the money line.
He double dipped.
Double dip, bro. I might Jets -3.5. I don't give a damn. They're winning this football game.
I mean, okay. I got Steelers -3.5. I only say that because I don't really know what I'm getting with Zach Wilson. And the last time I saw Zach Wilson play football, he stared. He didn't even see the linebacker in the preseason game against the Eagles. Threw it right to the linebacker, picked off.
I'm taking nothing out of
Vanilla defense. And he hasn't played since then. And yeah, I just don't know what I'm getting.
But you know what? I'd rather my starting quarterback feel it out in preseason than
I
jump
would
into week
listen
one
if
and lose
look,
like Tom
I'm gonna
Brady,
say this.
like
I'm gonna
Joe
say this right
Burrow.
now. Hold on. I'm gonna say this right now. If Joe Flacco was starting, I pick Jets plus 3.5.
You're an idiot.
I like I like Joe Flacco over Mitch Trubisky, bro. I don't know. I gotta listen. I might be brutally wrong with that, and that's fine. I don't know. I'm not willing to go out on a limb like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's move on here. I think we already kind of know with this one what we're picking, but
I don't know
Jags
where
on
you're
the
gonna
road.
go.
Huh?
I don't know what you're gonna go in this Philly matchup. I really don't.
Jags on the road against the Eagles. Eagles 6.5-point favorites at home. It is tough. It is
Go
tough.
ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. It is tough.
Talk your shit.
It is tough because, I mean, it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people think. The Eagles are not going to just absolutely curb stomp the Jaguars. As much as I would love to think that the Eagles are going to curb stomp the Jaguars, I don't really think. I think it's going to be a pretty, for the most part, evenly matched game. I think the Eagles are the better football team, though, obviously, and they obviously have more talent, and they've just been playing lights out. It's tough. I don't know because I can honestly see it being I can see it being a 1 touchdown game or less. But I'm a ride with my Birds minus 6.5.
I figured you might fall into that. You know, give the Jacksonville as much love as possible, just to tear them down at the end. I'm taking Jacksonville at plus 6.5. They're not going to win. I think they cover. I think Doug Peterson is going to come in there. Good game plan. Block out the noise. You know what I mean? Literally 0 expectations for this team going into Philly with all the Philly hype. Okay?
Jacksonville's got hype too, though.
They got hype, but against what everybody is saying is the NFC favorite right now. I don't know.
It's true.
I'll take Jacksonville with low expectations. Former coach going back to Philadelphia. And we haven't seen the Eagles under a lot of pressure yet. I think this is the game where they start to feel a little bit of heat going into the fourth quarter.
See, I don't really know if I feel like watching these guys talk. Like I said earlier, I don't really feel ego when I see this team.
I don't either. I just think it's just going to turn out that way. I mean, you can't. That's how I think it's going to. I really do. I think it's going to be a close game, probably a 3-point game.
I can see that. What was I going to say? I was going to say something while you were talking, but I completely forgot what I was going to say about this game.
Oh, must not have been important.
It was, but I don't know. But yeah. All right. Moving on here.
We can come back if you got some more shit to say. We can come back to that.
I always got stuff to say about the Birds. Moving on here. Browns on the road against the Falcons. They're 1.5-point favorites. We got
this one's tough for me. This is probably one of my hardest picks of the week.
I got Browns minus 1.5. I mean, Cordell Patterson is hurt and may not play.
Is he still questionable?
From what I saw, yeah. It was like we don't know if he's playing or not. It doesn't sound too good because I mean it's Saturday and we don't know if he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Browns.
Just because we don't know if Cordero was playing, I'm hammering plus 1.5.
And also, not only because of Cordell Patterson, but the Falcons defense is in the bottom in yards allowed so far, and the Browns rush game is top 10 so far.
That's true. That's true.
And
I think. Go ahead.
And I mean, you know, they get the run game going. They can do a little play action with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, we all saw against they played the Bengals, didn't they?
When?
Was
it week 1? Because last week Cleveland.
Oh no, they played Pittsburgh. That's what it was. Jacoby Brissett threw ham on them.
Yeah.
I think he could do that on the Falcons. So give me the
Now
Browns.
that was all right. Yeah. I think it'd be a different story if Cordarrelle's playing just because of the threat of Cordell Patterson, bro. He's
He's been having a
tremendous.
great season.
He should have been a running back since he was in kindergarten, but for some reason they have him playing all these different positions. But because he's questionable right now, I think I'll also take Cleveland.
Word. All right, next one. We got the Washington Commanders. I'm really trying not to throw some digs here. So easy, so hard. All right, Washington Commanders on the road.
It's 2022. We're past that, okay?
Bro, the Washington Commodes, the Washington Condoms. Like, come on, bro. Pick a different name. Anyway, the Washington team is on the road against Dallas. Dallas a 3-point favorite. We got.
Give me Dallas at -3. I think there's way too much talent on that football team. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Cooper Rush, for some reason, keeps winning football games. I'll never understand it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Cooper Rush is that dude. Hey,
but Washington's been.
I will say this though. I will say this. And I heard. I was watching one of Lord Brunson's lives, the Lunchtime with the Bullies. He said Jerry Jones is trying to brainwash the Dallas fan. He said he's welcoming a QB controversy. He's trying to get Dallas fans to think Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, so he can get out of that deal.
I disagree.
That is a 4D chess move. If that's the case,
if that's the case, it is. I disagree. I think he's trying to motivate both of his quarterbacks. I think he wants Cooper Rush playing as well as possible for as long as possible until Dak can get back. And Dak's going to come back saying, "You think this guy's better than me?" and then throw 400 yards and 3 tuds on whoever he comes back against. That's what I think it's about.
He might throw the stats, but you know what? He's gonna run a freaking QB draw with no timeouts and 15 seconds left in the game.
You got so much hate on Dak,
bro. It's true.
So much hate on Dak.
It's true. I got Dallas -3. Okay. I mean, we saw what happened with our defense and Carson Wentz last week. I mean, you got Micah Parsons on the other side who can literally wreak havoc single-handedly. Bro, he is going to eat Carson Wentz alive. Give me Dallas just because of that.
Yeah.
Next one here. Cardinals on the road against the Panthers. Now, this one shifted. It opened as the Cardinals 1.5-point dogs, but now the Cardinals are 1.5-point favorites against the Panthers.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I know.
No sense. I think none of their receivers are healthy. Completely healthy. They might all play. You're going to have Greg Jennings' broken leg running around out there. Give me Carolina at +1.5. Honestly, I might take the money line. I just don't think Arizona has enough to beat them. It's double XP weekend. Kyler Murray's not going to be on his best game. All right. Give me Carolina at +1.5.
I'm taking Arizona -1.5.
Oh,
only because I have money on it. I'm not gonna. I gotta back myself here.
Yeah, you got a good point there.
I gotta ride. If I ride, I die. Whatever.
I feel that.
But I do like Arizona to go in there and get like a statement win to kind of like even the ship before the big game next week against the Birds. The Birds game.
I just don't think Arizona's talented enough, and I don't think Carolina's bad enough for that to happen.
Yeah, because I'm honest. Honestly, I'm looking at it like this. I don't really like. I can see the Cardinals being 2-2 facing us and giving us fits.
Yeah,
just because they got a little bit of momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the same time, I think the Birds are going to steamroll them. But that's for next week. That's for next week.
Yes.
Let's move on here. Here's a division matchup. Broncos on the road against the Raiders. The Broncos are 2.5-point dogs.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Give me the Raiders at -2.5. I don't think they're bad enough to start 0-4 by losing it to this Broncos team. I think they're better coached. I think right now they have the better quarterback. Bit of a statement. I think they're too good to go 0-4. I mean, Devontae Adams alone should be good enough for one win within 4 weeks. Okay, I've not been convinced that Denver's a good football team, even though they're what 2-1. Yeah, they're 2-1.
2-1.
I think this is Vegas's finally get to get back. Okay, in division at home. Give me Vegas -2.5.
I got the Raiders as well, -2.5. I think this game's gonna be nuts, absolutely nutty.
I think this is going to be one of those like someone's going to
it's a division
or
game.
throw a tutty in the last.
It's a division, bro.
Yeah.
It's a division game.
And these teams always play each other close.
Yeah, I mean, like you said about the Denver Broncos, their offense scares me in a bad way. Not in like a they're scary good. They're scary bad, especially in the red zone.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'll give myself
have a problem putting up. They don't have a problem putting up stats and yards and stuff, but when they need to score, they can't. They cannot score touchdowns.
I mean, I'll give myself a little pat on the back. I said Courtland Sutton was going to be his number one receiver.
Yeah.
You called me crazy. I remember you said, "Nah, Jerry Jeudy's better." Jerry Jeudy's better. Courtland Sutton's that dude. Right now, he's I think top 7 in receiving in the league right now, which is wild to say because I don't think he's had a game above 100 yards. But yeah, bro. Let me little pat myself on the ass, a little bit on the lower back.
Pat you on the ass. Pat ass in chat. Pat ass in chat.
Pat ass. Okay.
Moving on.
I like that.
Yeah. Moving on to this next matchup here. Patriots on the road against the Packers. Oh, they're on the road against the Packers. I didn't even realize this. Pats are 9.5-point dogs. Huge spread. What you got?
Give me Green Bay. Bill Belichick very weird, man. Defense this year sucks. Quarterback sucks. He's probably better unhealthy than healthy.
Damn.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be motivated playing the Patriots. He always plays them well from the stats I looked at. I think Green Bay is just too talented. They don't have shit at receiver, but I don't see any way that New England can stop 2 running backs in Green Bay. There's no chance in hell. The only way New England covers if they keep the Packers to 20 points. That's it. And I don't think that's going to happen. Give me Green Bay.
Bro. I think it's going to be anywhere around the spread, but give me Green Bay.
You like Green Bay?
Yeah, I don't like I really don't like the spread. I really don't.
I don't either.
I think I like the Patriots at 9.5 to cover the spread because I can see them kind of bringing some energy down there to Lambeau and making that an interesting game.
Yeah,
kind of keeping.
I could see it too. I
don't think they win, but I think they can. I think they can make it a touchdown or less game. You know, give me Pats plus 9.5.
Okay, fuck, bro. I'm writing in pen. You should have told me before I wrote it in pen. All right, let me cross you out here.
Hammered down.
All right, hammered down New England. All right, it's not a bad pick. But
yep.
Now this game.
Next matchup here, second to last here, the Sunday night, Kansas City on the road against Tampa Bay. Chiefs are 1-point dogs. What you got? This is basically like Vegas's toss up. Who you got?
Yeah. Give me Kansas City. Motivated Andy Reid squad going into Tampa Bay. You know, I feel like it's absolutely horrible what's happened down in Florida. I hope everybody down there finds peace of mind. But I feel like that's a big distraction for a Florida football team. They had to move up to Miami. Down to Miami for their practice this week. Now they're coming back to Tampa Bay. They are playing it in Tampa. I just think that movement, that it's too much distraction. And I think Kansas City is really motivated after that freaking terrible. What was it? Their special teams lost out on like freaking 6 points last week against the Colts. Give me Kansas City. They're just too good. Kansas City's too good.
Yeah. Give me Kansas City as well, +1. I think this is a get back game for them. That was a
Yes.
very sour loss against the Colts last week.
Mhm.
And I mean, you can hear in Travis Kelce's voice on his podcast with Jason Kelsey. You know, he was him and the team were very upset about that loss, and I think they
Yeah.
get back against Tampa Bay. Although I think it's going to be a thriller game, I think they get back.
Yes.
Last one here for week 4, the Monday night game. Rams on the road against the Niners. Rams are 1.5-point dogs against the
You're sleeping on the
49ers.
Niners.
What
Give
you
me your
got?
pick right now. I know what you're going to say. Say it. I already got it written down. I wrote it down when I wrote all this shit down, so tell me.
It's a tough one. It is honestly. It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is. It
yeah.
is a really. It's a really
Uh-huh.
tough one. It's a division game, prime time. What are the records looking like?
1-2 for Niners, 2-1 for the Rams.
Niners and Rams 2-1.
Rams are. Oh wait, the records between each other or their
No,
individual
like
records?
just here. I got it.
Okay, you got it.
Ooh. I don't know, man.
You want my pick, and I'll probably convince you. I'll take the Niners at -1.5. I don't know if you know this. Sean McVay is. It was either 3-7 or 3-8 against Kyle Shanahan in his career. Believe
Sean
it or not.
McVay.
Yeah, and it's been the same team. It's not like anything's really been changed. So give me the Niners at home against Sean McVay. That's the only coach that really has his number.
That's true.
Okay,
I can see it.
I'll take San Fran at -1.5.
I will
Did I
too.
convince you? I convinced you to pick.
You did. You did convince
the
me.
Niners.
I think it's a toss up. I do like, just because of the Rams firepower, I do like them to go in, but I also do like the 49ers. I mean, and I'm looking at the records here. Like, I honestly can't see the Niners being 1-3 after Monday night. To be quite honest.
Okay.
And I like Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G makes them a better team, a much better team, rather than having Trey Lance.
Yep. I agree.
I like the Niners. I do.
Okay. That's all our
convinced me,
picks,
bro.
brother. You have. I think you have more road. You have more. No, you have more home picks. I have more road picks than I have home picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of road covers. This is such a weird week because it's like I think
is.
every game could be a good game. Like a lot of the matchups nobody wants to watch. Like I don't think anybody wants to watch Bears Giants, but that could be a really good game.
That's why. Yeah. I mean, I like the Bears to go in there and upset them. The Bears.
The Bears.
The double doink. The double doink.
Yeah.
Elega says, rule of thumb: never write in pen.
Yeah,
Don't write in pen.
you see,
Red flag.
I like the pen. It's ballpoint.
flag in
Okay, I
chat.
bought the nice pack, like $10 for the pack. Let me write in the pen. I don't got pencils here. We're a little broke right now. Okay, I ain't going out there buying number 2s right now. I'm sticking with the pen. All right, it's
Pencils are old reliable. You mess
reliable,
up, you
yeah.
can easily fix it. Easily erase it. Right would fix your
White
mistake.
some white at for this.
White at
for the pen. Get some white at.
Why are you trying to be all extra? Literally, just take the pencil, erase, and then write.
When you got a pencil,
You don't gotta like put the pen down, take the white out, white it out, wait like 10 to 15 minutes for it to dry, and just like dry it.
We graduated 3 years ago. You think I carry pencils around in this house? I'm a man now. I'm supposed to be writing with pens.
I mean, all right. Some
Highlighters
things,
and
yes,
pens.
you gotta write some things with pen. You gotta sign some serious documents with pen. That's fine. That's fine. But when you're like just doing everyday shit,
this isn't every day, bro.
Like,
it's day one.
I don't understand. Hold up. I don't understand how there's people in college that like literally write pages and pages and pages of notes in pen. What if you fuck up? Now your notes are gonna be all like screwed up because you had to scribble out. Like that.
I don't really fuck up when I'm writing pen. I only fucked up because you changed your pick. That's the only fuck up on this paper.
Oh,
You fucked up.
see that's what I mean. Like, could have been an easy erase.
Listen,
Easy
don't
fix.
disrespect the pen, okay? We're educated. We used to write utensil, okay?
I don't know, man. It brings
All
up
right.
a bunch of debates.
Says the dude who eats mac and cheese with a spoon, okay?
Bro, spoon gang. What you talking
Well,
about?
use
I
a
will
fork
say
unless it's that craft
it does depend though. Because if you're eating that homemade mac and cheese or like Chick-fil-A, that shit like, like with the crust and all that, you got to eat it with a
I might
fork.
use
There's
one of
no
them
eating it with
soup
a spoon.
spoons for that shit. That
Other
shit's
than
so
that,
good.
it's spoon gang.
All right, whatever.
That, and I just saw one today. How many holes does a straw have?
One.
Thank you.
Straw has one hole.
People really out here trying to say straws have 2 holes.
No, a straw has
Are
one
you
hole.
kidding?
It's one
Like,
long hole. It's a tunnel, really.
exactly.
It's a tunnel.
Yeah. They might be open on both ends, but
Now
the
we're getting a
ends
little
never
weird
stop.
now, because if we describe it like a tunnel has an entrance and an exit. But now we're getting a little weird. All right, straws have one hole.
You know what I mean? It's just one hole straight
I'm with
through.
you. I'm following you. I'm right there with you. Straws have one hole.
Then they're saying cups. How many holes did a cup have? None. I don't know where these people get it. I really don't.
A cup has a hole.
Where? You're saying that you're saying the inside,
well,
like
well, you gotta think when you
like,
describe
this
a
is the
hole in the ground, it doesn't go all the way down to China. It's a little hole dug in the ground.
This is the hole. This side is solid. There's no hole. If I pour a beverage through this cup,
is there a hole on a golf course?
Huh?
Is there a hole on a golf course?
Come on, bro. Think about it the
course?
Same way as the straw. How many holes?
You didn't answer my question. Is there a hole on a golf course?
Come on, bro.
On a golf course.
This is too big brain right now. Let's move on.
On a golf course, which means a cup has a hole. Thank you very much. All right. Do you want to get into our way too early season awards?
Way too early seasons awards. Yes.
So written down because I know I threw this at you last minute.
Yeah, I know. Let me pull up on my FanDuel here to just get an idea of all of the
odds
awards
and everything. Okay.
I
went into stats and I did a dive that way. This one I'm passionate about some of these picks.
Hold up.
Anybody that's watching, we're going to give our number one pick right now for every award, and we're also going to give a sleeper pick people may not be talking about as much.
Yeah.
Some guys may not be a sleeper to you because you're watching the games, but some guys
we don't be watching every single game. So
I ain't paying for that NFL Plus premium. I'm sorry.
I had to watch it at work, but it absolutely sucks.
I ain't doing that. I just got the regular Plus. Okay, I'm cool with the local games in prime time.
That's what I got. The regular Plus.
Right. So Nobody wants to watch. We're gonna pick our way too Giants at 1 a.m. 1 p.m.
No. So we're gonna pick our way too early regular season MVP, offensive, defensive players of the year, comeback player of the year, and then offensive rookie and defensive rookie. Let's start with our regular season MVP. You go first.
My right now NFL MVP, I'm giving it slightly to Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson right now is playing like the best quarterback in football. He has 2 100-yard rushing games in three games. He's got 10 touchdowns, which leads the NFL. 2 picks. Okay, that's a 5-to-1 ratio. Excellent. And he's literally on pace for like 50 touchdowns and then like 10 on the ground.
That is insane.
Dude's crazy. He said, listen, you're not going to pay me. Okay, double it because I'm going to go out and win the MVP. Right now, I'll take Lamar Jackson as my regular season MVP. Way too early.
it's so hard for me to pick because
Mhm.
I love Lamar Jackson. I also love Mr. Hurts season, Jalen
I'm
Hurts.
giving you your time to talk your shit right now because I knew you were going to take him. So why don't you just take him and talk your shit?
I like both though. I don't
Yeah.
like it's like 1A, 1B for me.
It really is.
I
It
mean,
is for me too, but I'm not in either of those fandom camps. So I
right.
went with who I thought.
And the only reason why I'm going to say Jalen Hurts, it's because it's so close. He's taken a huge step from last
Yes.
year. Nobody
Mhm.
even expected him to take the step. And all off season, everybody was saying, "Oh, you know, the Eagles made some really good additions," but the big but was Jalen Hurts. And
Yes.
through the first 3 weeks, I mean, y'all have seen what he's done. He was the NFC Offensive Player of the Month.
Is he?
Offensive Player
I
of the
didn't
Month.
see that. Awesome.
Yep. And just the mental development with his mechanics, his timing, anticipation is just night and day from last year. You know, he's
Mhm.
making throws that none of us would have ever imagined him making last year. And like I said earlier, he's big brain plays, takes care of the football. He knows how to win. And I can see him leading the Eagles to the best record in the league
Yep.
and being a huge part of why that's the case.
Mhm.
And I can see the media bias towards, Jalen Hurts, just
Yeah.
absolutely explodes onto the scene. Almost like they did with Carson Wentz in 2017. He had an amazing season until he got hurt in the Rams game. He was going to be MVP that year. No question.
Just a side note, just to help prove my point, Lamar Jackson right now is currently leading the NFL in yards per attempt.
Which is also why I'm like on the fence, but
He's got
I'm
double the yards
strictly
per attempt.
yeah, objectively saying probably Lamar Jackson. But
Talk your shit, bro.
I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna be a homer. I'm wearing the hat. I might as well just go all the freaking way. Jalen Hurts MVP.
Sorry, I got a homer
You
pick.
read the hat.
I got a homer.
Read the hat,
here.
bro.
I'm reading the hat. I got a homer pick in here too, so I ain't stressed.
Read the hat.
Yep.
So we'll move on to NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Sleeper.
I forgot. My bad. Sleeper.
You good. Who's your sleeper?
Pat Mahomes.
Agreed. Same thing. Pat Mahomes quietly having a phenomenal year besides the Colts loss, but I don't feel like a lot of that was on him. Yeah, I mean, I would have put Jalen Hurts there, but he's not really a sleeper because he's number 2 for me. And just I for some reason, the Bills are still the favorites in the AFC. I don't understand it because the guy that's beaten him in the playoffs 2 years in a row is just as damn. His team's just as damn good. With I'd say is less of a roster. That's all I got to say. Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, you with that? Or you want offensive rookie? I mean, offensive
or
player
offensive
of the year.
Player. It's kind of tough for me because we were talking about this earlier. You said like they're really not going to give it to a quarterback, but if in the case that Lamar Jackson does not win MVP, I think he's the offensive player of the year.
Yes.
But if he wins MVP, they're not giving him both awards, regardless.
No. Unless he has like 11 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
11 putties on the ground.
If he's literally like his numbers are just like insane, like Madden numbers, all right. But I don't really think it's either one or the other for Lamar Jackson. So I'm kind of like on the fence with him for both of those. But if it's not Lamar Jackson,
whichever one Lamar doesn't get,
yeah,
you have Jalen Hurts getting.
Huh?
Like if Lamar wins MVP, you got Jalen Hurts at offensive player of the year, and you have it flipped.
No, I like Cooper Kupp for offensive player of the year.
Still,
he's having a he's having a very quiet year so far, bro.
Yeah, he is. He is. I think Monday will be a very big game for him in his case because it's prime time Monday.
Yeah,
You
against
know
a
what I
division
mean?
rival.
Division rival. Yep, I could see it. I know I said I don't think they'll give it to a quarterback because they haven't. I'm taking Jalen Hurts as my offensive player of the year.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Yep. Like you said, having an unbelievable year for the expectations that's been on him. He needs more passing touchdowns. I forgot to bring that up in the MVP case. That's the reason I don't have him as the MVP because I don't. If they have damn near the same exact stats, but Lamar Jackson has 10 more passing touchdowns, just because Jalen Hurts likes to run them all, I don't see them giving it to him. If he's got 22 and Lamar Jackson's got 35. They're both teams are
I agree with you
fucking
there.
13 and 4. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you there.
But I have him at offensive player of the year.
Yeah. I mean, I hope Jalen Hurts throws over 22 touchdowns. I mean, that's the line for his touchdowns. I got money on it.
I think he'll hit 20. I think he'll hit 20. 20 is not a lot, especially with there being an extra game. We'll see. A lot of football yet to be played. I'm interested. Who's your sleeper?
My sleeper?
Yeah,
for
your
offensive
sleeper.
player of the year? I like Nick Chubb.
That's my sleeper, bro. Let's
Really?
fucking go. That's my sleeper
man.
for offensive player of the year. Bro, averaging 5.6 yards a carry, above his career high. He's got 4 tutties, leading the NFL in rushing, and he's got no fumbles.
Yeah.
No fumbles. That's another thing. Other guys that are
sleeper.
other guys that are in the running for that, Saquon has a fumble. Like you could go either way with some of these running backs. The no fumbles is big for me. And he's doing it with another Pro Bowl running back in the backfield.
Yeah.
Give me Nick Chubb.
I like it.
As a sleeper.
Yeah, I like it. Let's move on to defensive player of the year. I think we're kind of unanimous on this one, but
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons, unbelievable. I'm basing this off of what I've seen live as a football watcher. He is the second best defensive player I have ever seen.
He's damn good.
I didn't watch Ray Lewis in his prime. I didn't watch Ed Reed in his prime. Okay, I know the history. My viewing eyes, live gameplay, Micah Parsons is the second best defensive player I've ever seen. Aaron Donald is the greatest defensive player of all time, but
that's my sleeper.
Aaron Donald's your sleeper.
Yeah, I feel like you actually either him or Von Miller, because I feel like Aaron Donald can win it every year.
I think Von Miller, there's a chance too, just because new team, they go freaking 13-4. He leading the team in sacks. Yeah. He's got to have enough sacks. That's the only thing. He's got to get at the quarterback.
I can see that being like he's like their missing piece kind of thing. I can see that.
My sleeper is another defensive player of the year, Khalil Mack. He's
bullish as hell on Khalil Mack.
Shut up, Alexa. Shut up. Bro, she's a
Alexa
bitch.
be oppin'.
Shut up, bitch. I got time for this.
Alexa be oppin'.
Yeah, for real.
Khalil Mack, that's an interesting pick.
Yeah, Khalil Mack, he's tied for second in sacks right now. That Highsmith dude in the Steelers, who's apparently the Lord on earth, he's at 4.5. Khalil Mack's at 4. Khalil Mack's also top 10 in pressures. I think a lot of prime time. The only thing is Chargers got to start winning football games. More football games. They need to start winning. Joey Bosa has been banged up. Out, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's Khalil Mack's time to really show who he is, because I feel like the last couple of years in Chicago, there's not enough games being watched. I think he was still great. The counting stats weren't there, kind of like Aaron Donald this year. His counting stats aren't there, but he is consistently getting pressure, being double teamed. Same thing with Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
I'll take Khalil Mack just because recency bias of Aaron Donald.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on here to NFL comeback.
I just want you to know I also did Coach of the Year.
Oh,
I did both rookies and comeback.
okay.
Just
I
so
don't have coach.
it's something to think about with Coach.
But okay. Comeback player of the year. I'll go first. I think it's obvious. It's Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
My sleeper. I don't think Christian McCaffrey is my sleeper.
I put him as my sleeper because I really don't think there's anybody else in the running unless I'm forgetting.
Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is my sleeper.
He's out already though.
I know, but he hasn't.
That's my.
The only thing is like he hasn't played football in like 4 years, and like he came back in his first game and scored 2 touchdowns. I don't know. If the Saints can somehow get him rolling, I can see it.
My only thing with it's a crowded receiver room when you add Michael Thomas, and I feel like they're going to give more. The media in general will give more love to the rookie than Michael Thomas, personally, because he's just coming off a 169 in a TUD game, I believe. Chris Olave. I believe. I think that's accurate, but it's damn close to that.
That is crazy.
I only put Christian McCaffrey because he's a sleeper because everybody's talking about Saquon. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Moving on to NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is an interesting one. It could there's a lot of people that could.
Let me talk my shit.
He's about to say a bold take.
Let me talk my shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace for the hottest take you're about to witness. Please.
Garrett Wilson is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Okay? I wrote down some stats that I really like. He's leading all rookies in yards per touch. He's running and receiving. 11.5. Okay? He's leading rookies in receptions. And he's tied first in touchdowns. The only one that has more yards is Olave because he had one big game. My only thing is Olave is my sleeper. I don't have Drake London on here because I feel like he's neck and neck with Garrett Wilson. Chris Olave is my 2, but I've seen for the past 3 weeks, I've seen Garrett Wilson getting open more consistently. I've seen him getting the ball more consistently. And his game fits his offense more than Olave does because I've been lucky enough to be able to catch a couple Saints games and Jets games. I'll take Garrett Wilson as my offensive rookie of the year. He's got the stats so far. He's getting the targets. He's actually targeted the most on the Jets roster, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson,
That's
my
wild.
offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, bro, let me talk my shit.
I got Olave, Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Only because like you said, Garrett Wilson is leading all rookie receivers in most of the statistical categories. But
Olave has him in yards.
Yeah. I think, and it's really tricky with these awards because you also have to kind of factor in like who the media is kind of give virtual neck to and who they're not going to.
Yeah.
I like Garrett Wilson has a legitimate case, but I don't think they're going to be like, oh yeah, no, the receiver on the Jets, offensive rookie of the year. I think
but you could say the same thing about the Saints though, and the Falcons with Drake London. I mean, I feel like they're the top 3, right? You agree with that?
Yeah.
I might be a little bit of homer, but I think Breece Hall's 4. He's the only running back doing anything as a rookie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I just think the media is gonna they're gonna kind of sleep on the Jets rookies, and they're gonna pick.
I think so too.
They're gonna pick someone else. I think who they're gonna pick is between London and Olave, in my opinion, is having a better season so far.
Okay.
My sleeper, y'all are gonna be sleep. Jahan Dotson.
Oh, bro, I forgot about Jahan Dotson. He's got 2. What does he have? 2 tuds now?
Yeah, he's been balling the first 2 or 3 weeks here. He's been balling. his development as a rookie. He's been a sure-handed receiver for the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
When Carson Wentz is in garbage time and he's able to do some stuff, Jahan Dotson is definitely a bright spot in their offense, and he complements Scary Terry very well. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about Jahan Dotson. Plus,
No,
he's a local Nazareth kid. He went to Penn State.
Yep.
Lehigh Valleys.
And you know what? I think Jahan Dotson might even get most screen time out of all of them just because he's the wide receiver for Carson Wentz, and everybody likes to make fun of Carson Wentz in the media, regardless about the Commanders' record or how they play or nothing. So I like that pick. He completely went off my radar. I literally thought of these three guys and thought it could be nobody else. But Jahan Dotson's a good pick.
Yeah. So, my bad. Let's get into defensive rookie of the year. I think this one's another unanimous pick. What you got?
I don't know about unanimous. I mean, Sauce Gardner's having a year, but Aiden Hutchinson is the defensive rookie of the year.
Aiden Hutchinson is the defensive rookie of the year.
My only thing is,
though, put money on it right now.
Recency bias with him. He got 3 sacks on the year. All came last week. He had 1 pressure in those first 2 games. That's my only issue with him.
Like I said, I like the media. Top 3 pick, and he's that dude on the Detroit pass rush and Hard Knocks. It's hard. Like, stats obviously play a role in it, but the media perception also plays a role in who wins these awards. Like, you can have guys that literally had. You can have guys that, bro. Why are we doing this? What? Bro, like, no, but you could have guys that have like the season to win the award, but the media picks some other guy because of like a storyline, and I can see that here.
Yeah, I forgot that Detroit was on Hard Knocks, and plus with the hype that Detroit's getting, I mean they are 1-2, but I feel like people are talking about them just because their coach is Larry the Cable Guy and The Rock mixed together.
Yeah,
like I feel that's another thing too. Yeah, I just need to see it more consistently with him. I think we will. I think he'll go up against some pretty bad offensive lines throughout his rookie year. Mm-hmm. He just has to have. I feel like for him to really lock it in place, he has to have a standout game, like another one.
Yeah,
another one.
I think he will.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, even like Trayvon Walker, he's playing the Eagles this week. And you know what I mean? Everybody's watching the Eagles right now. If he goes ahead and gets 2 sacks.
He's not, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
He's my sleeper, but he's not, bro.
Yeah.
My sleeper is Jordan Davis. Strictly because of strictly
is he getting enough playing time?
Although I will say that he's not getting the love in the snap department, but when he is on the field, the rushing yards per carry significantly lower versus when he is off the field.
Mm-hmm.
He is a huge part of the Eagles' run defense.
Yes. Yep, and he's going to be getting primetime games, and he's going to get a lot of love in the media. They're going to talk about the Eagles draft. Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. I took George Karlaftis.
I like him too, but I don't think he's like as much of a sleeper as like as Walker.
My whole thing isn't necessarily that his name and his stature in that award race is a sleeper. I think he's having a sleeper year. Like, he's currently 3rd in the NFL in pressures. Obviously leading all rookies. He's on the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Chiefs are damn near in every freaking Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night game. Hell, they might hold the Wednesday Invitational at Arrowhead. Who knows? But he's my sleeper just because I feel like everybody's hammering Aiden right now, and George Karlaftis is having a hell of a rookie season. Just there's this, it's not there in the sacks department, and that's all the media cares about is the sacks. Nobody looks at pressures.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess the last one here, it's Coach of the Year. I don't have this one here, but I'm gonna just go off the dome. Who you
Yeah,
got?
bro, go off the dome. I have. If the Jags
You have who?
find a way to win this week, Doug Peterson is my coach of the year.
Bro, you keep cutting out. Who is your coach of the year?
Doug Peterson.
Okay.
Doug Peterson right now is my coach of the year.
Wow. Okay.
Dude.
Explain.
Well, right now the Jags are 2-1. Am I still cutting out?
Yeah.
I'm cutting in and out.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Word. Okay,
We hear you.
fuck. But
Right, we hear you.
no, the Jags are 2-1. Even if they lose this week, I think they're going to put on a show against the Eagles. Their schedule's easy as all hell. Trevor Lawrence is so damn good. I don't know if any other coach is getting them into the position that they're in right now. Doug Peterson has those guys playing unbelievable football and the roster is so young. That's another thing. Such a young team, and they've been. I don't want to, pull shit out of my ass, but I think they've won 3 close games. No, 2 close games. They're 2 wins, 2 close games.
Yeah. No, actually, no. They blew the doors off the Chargers last week.
They blew out the fucking Chargers, who have arguably
Colts.
a top 3 roster in football.
And the Colts.
And the Colts. Whatever. But I just think if they can consistently win, maybe if they sneak into the playoffs, I think he's a lock. Unless the Eagles go 15-1 or 16-1. If the Eagles go 16-1, it's Nick Sirianni. But
he's my pick.
That's a good
he's my pick. I can't really see it. And to talk about Doug, he honestly should have won Coach of the Year in 2017 when the Birds won the Super Bowl. I think that was absolutely criminal. I mean, what was it, Sean McVay that year? Yeah, it was Sean McVay.
I believe so. Didn't they go fucking that year though? Weren't the Rams really, really good? That was Todd Gurley year, right?
Yeah, and they were good in the regular season, but up until that point, the Birds were the best team in the NFL, number 1 seed. They lost their franchise quarterback, and everybody wrote them off. And Doug Peterson rallied the troops. They won the divisional game, conference game. They were underdogs in all of them. Got them to the Super Bowl, and they won them the game. I mean, when your franchise quarterback goes out, and you got to pick up the pieces and rally the troops, there's not a lot of people that can do that. And Doug Peterson is definitely one of those people. And I thought that year, especially for everything that happened, the circumstances, and for what they still accomplished, they beat freaking the Roman Empire. They beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
How much more do you want? You want Doug Peterson to walk on water or something to win Coach of the Year? That's crazy. But
yeah,
I like Nick Sirianni to win Coach of the Year. I think the Eagles, in my opinion, are probably going to be the 1 or 2 seed.
I agree, 1 or 2 seed
this season. He does have a lot. He has a lot of media love. Shout out to the Pat McAfee show, the dogs, the Nick Sirianni bit.
The dogs down there. Yeah.
He's a likable guy, down to earth. The players love him, and he's ultra competitive. And I think.
Let me tell you something, okay? The flowers are sprouting through the freaking through the ground right now.
Yeah, that's right.
The roots are spreading.
They are.
We got the fertilizer down.
You tell them all what we already know.
The flowers are growing. It's happening, okay? Nick Sirianni popped it into existence last year.
It's true. Yep. They called him. They called him a madman when he said that shit. He's a visionary. All we got on this team is a bunch of fucking visionaries. Nick, Howie, Jalen.
Yep.
I want to say this about Jalen. I know we're kind of getting big on time here, but
fuck your shit.
I'm gonna talk nothing but time. Yeah. Which is why one of the reasons why I absolutely love the mindset of this team and why I don't think like the whole hype being the best in the NFL is going to get to them.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts is the most grounded quarterback I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've ever seen. He off a win, he don't get high. He's talking about what they didn't do good. And he's like, we didn't play to our standard. We left money on the table. And then he talks about his wide receivers having to set the tone. He's like, we can't feel the temperature. We have to be the thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
Bars, bro. Bars. This man spits.
Yes.
Bars.
Mm-hmm.
He's a visionary.
He's the Russell Wilson that don't go to church at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
He's the hood Russell Wilson.
Motivation. Yeah, he's the hood Russell Wilson. That's right. Once Jalen bags a shotty like Ciara, we're talking a different story.
Listen,
but right now he's
Jalen Shorty is the game. That's
sir.
He bagged the Shorty. It's the game. That's where Jalen's head is at, and I love it so much.
Yep.
I was so wrong, but it is so okay. I will admit it. I was so wrong. I got the tweet from when the Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts. I replied to it, why the F?
Yeah.
I was so wrong. And here I am.
Mm-hmm.
The Hurts season.
Hurts bucket, baby. Okay, I did put a sleeper coach down. I don't feel like there really are at this point in the season, just because there aren't really any others.
Definitely.
There are no. What'd you say?
I think Mike McDaniel is definitely a pick for Coach of the Year. I can totally see him winning Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I forgot about. Oh my God. Well, maybe not after this Tua stuff comes out, but we'll see how that turns out. My only sleeper is just because it's only if they start winning more football games. I wrote down Motor City,
MCDC.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
But there are no real surprise teams.
I think it's between
than the Dolphins, but McDaniel's not a sleeper. I forgot about him. But I don't think he's a sleeper. Yeah, so I put MCDC down just because they're playing better than their record right now.
I think those are the top three candidates: McDaniel, Sirianni, and Doug.
Yeah, probably. Yep,
that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Any last questions, thoughts, concerns, primal screams before we end it here?
Honestly, not really. Other than I think the Birds are gonna blow the doors off of the Jags tomorrow.
Jets are winning by a tud in Pittsburgh.
That is not happening.
By a tud.
The Eagles are going to still remain the only undefeated team in the league after tomorrow. My way too early NFC pick for the Super Bowl is the Eagles, but is it really way too early?
I don't think it's too early to pick them. I don't think it is.
It's not. It's not. They're my pick for the bowl.
Once you start hitting week 4, week 5, you know what kind of team you have. You know what teams are.
They're my team. I got them to the bowl. Honestly, line up any team in the NFC, line them up, shoot them down. We'll run through them.
Except for the Niners, because they're your worst matchup.
Stop it.
They're your
Stop
worst
it.
matchup.
Stop.
I'm telling you,
Niners, bro. Come on, stop
it. You should be nervous about the Niners. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even a Niners homer.
The Niners are a gritty football team, and they do have scheme. But when I look at who's better, obviously our philosophies are completely different. But I look at matchups, and bro, I love the Eagles skilled players against the Niner defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I also love our front seven against the 49ers offensive line.
Yep. And that's it. That's if Trent Williams is not Trent Williams has to get healthy. I think he's out this week.
Yeah.
Either way, I still like San Fran at -1.5, like we said earlier. But I think Trent Williams needs to be healthy for them to make noise in the playoffs because he's it for them.
That's my thing. Because when you're gonna go up against teams like ours who have very, very talented, very fast, very deep pass rushes, linebackers, second level, secondary,
Mhm.
you name it, you're gonna need your best guys. And if you're
Yes.
out one guy,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. 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 I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll-
I ain't
we'll
got
be here.
I ain't got nothing else other than you buy me dinner after the Jets win by. All I'm saying.
Bro, that's not happening.
All right. Suit
It's
yourself.
not happening.
Suit yourself.
Uh,
I'm gonna be talking my shit next pod when the Jets win by 7 in Pittsburgh. I'll be talking my shit. All right. Just
okay.
saying.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be talking my shit. I'm gonna be telling you how much tab's gonna be running up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, we'll see.
Shot at the shot at the shot.
Yep, doubles over doubles. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. We're still trying to figure out like a consistent schedule of dropping these.
Yeah, we just wanted to get something out to y'all. You know what I mean? Because we're really passionate about this sport, and you'll see that throughout the season, and you'll see, especially in the NBA, I'll probably be taking more of a lead in that shit because I love the NBA.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, who knows how
I mean,
often we do this?
Yeah.
I think this.
Granted, I mean,
don't know.
I've played some ball in high school, so I mean, I kind of understand a little more X's and O's. But I mean, it's tough. I haven't had a lot of time to really watch the NBA like that. So unlike our co-host over here. So we'll get back into the swing of things with that, but definitely gonna be
What
fun.
you think about Pod One, brother? What you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think we? I think we did all right.
I think day one was a success. I like day one.
We coming at it with day two, eventually.
Yeah, we
we'll
come
see
in
how it
day
goes.
2 sometime in the week.
And I'll have my
what
socials ready.
Huh?
I'll have my socials ready for day.
Get your
for day
socials
two.
ready. You gotta get it on the screen right here.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah, and we'll spruce up the live. This is just the first one. You know what I'm saying?
We'll put some work in. We just wanted to get
Yeah.
something out to y'all because we're passionate. We got shit to talk about, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
For sure. Yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching episode 1, day 1 of the Day One podcast. Drop a like, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in.
Tell all your friends. Tell your mother. Tell your grandmother.
Tell the entire country, state, world.
Tell the country. Tell your boys over there in Greece and all that. All your boys across the sea. Tell everybody.
Tell everybody to tune in to the Day One podcast.
You want to cruise? Don't care. They got Wi-Fi. Okay.
Exactly. You can watch. Listen, just download the pod. You'll be good offline. That being said, I am your co-host Anthony. That's my co-host Kyle. This has been the Day One podcast. Day 1 in the books.
Day 1, baby. Let's get it.
Day 1 in the books. Let's get it. Again, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Share this with your friends. And we will see you in the next pod. Thanks for watching.